Hey, golf fans, Big D back with a Masters preview. Before I bring in the night's special guests from the UK, please subscribe, like, and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. See all my content. I'm bringing out the big stick today, which means it must be a major. So, for your audio listeners, please subscribe, like, and check out the Big D podcast on Spotify and Apple. So joining us from the UK this evening, the only guy who wants a Kayla Novice clean sheet and a Tommy Fleetwood major. It must be Tom Jacobs.
Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, those two things would be great, right? Um, God, Nottingham Forest clean sheet would be nice, wouldn't it? It's been a while. But I guess before we talk about Masters, Dylan, what's the live reaction to Graham Potter?
I have no reaction. We sacked the wrong manager in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think it's a great loss, but it's Chelsea of old again sneaking through, even though Todd Bowley said they'll do things differently.
I think, to be honest, Chelsea might be better off letting the women's manager coach against Real Madrid. She might have a better chance against Carlo Ancelotti than.
We shall see. I mean, I would have taken Graham Potter at Forest before Steve Cooper revived himself, so who knows what will happen. But back on to this week's golf, I guess, Dylan. We've got, I know you've been moaning about it being too hot in your part of the world. It's certainly not too hot here over in England, but Augusta looks like it's going to be wet and rainy all week.
Oh yeah. So Tom, before I bring on umbrellas, what's your favorite Masters moment?
Favorite Masters moment? I think I actually really liked Danny Willett's win in 2016. Like I know that it doesn't really get talked about because it was basically the one that Jordan Spieth threw away and he was going to defend the green jacket and all this sort of stuff. But when you look at like he was already kind of in the mix. I think he was only three behind at this point, Willett, when Spieth actually went to 12. Um, and to me, I thought it was underrated how well Willett played. And then just to see the live reaction, I rewatched it on YouTube. If anyone doesn't know, you can rewatch any final round of a Masters that was recorded on television on YouTube. So I have great fun. I normally put that on when I fall asleep at night. And Danny Willett kept me up the other night because I just find it really. He was actually dressed like a caddy on the par three contest. He was all in white. And you just see the elation when he finally gets his win. So I would say that is one of them. Justin Rose would have been one of them if he had won in 2017 because I'd bet him basically every single year to win the Masters. But he doesn't do it. And I wasn't watching golf in 1997 when Tiger Woods won the Masters, but I imagine if I was around then, that probably would have been one of them.
You were right about Tiger. How about those two shots at 16? The '05 chip where the ball
Yeah.
spun its way to the hole. A great signature post for Nike, and then the shot in 2019 where he basically just stuck.
Would it would Tiger Woods' win in 2019 be your favorite moment?
Can I call them co-equals?
Yeah, you definitely can. Yeah. And to be honest, like I was in terms of emotion, like the Tiger Woods one in 2019 was the one that got me the most. I just think I actually really liked the fact that Danny Willett won because it broke a kind of barren spell for Europe. I mean, we hadn't won one since like 1999, I think. You know, it'd been until then. So we're
Mario Vadabo.
correct. Yeah, good memory, Dylan. That's pretty good work there. You know, we had plenty of American winners, a lot of Tigers, a lot of Mickelson. We had Mike Weir in there, Trevor Immelman, Angel Cabrera, Charles Schwartzel. No Europeans, so it was nice to have Danny Willett back in, and then followed up by Sergio Garcia, who's that's not aged very well, has it, Dylan? Sergio Garcia winning the Masters, but
So, you used to being in the UK, but if you checked every weather site, there's seemingly a lot of rain at Augusta. Now, I mean, we know weather can change in an instant. I mean, we famously did the 2021 Open Championship where you're literally, what, a 2 iron from the
Yeah.
the Open took place, and I thought it was going to be a mud bath, and ended up being beautiful all week.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't the Open Championship that we're used to, was it? It was a bit like Dome Golf that week, and it was actually incredibly hot and unbearable to actually watch. So, um, yeah, it definitely can change. I hope it changes because I don't want to be seeing wet and rain, and I definitely don't want a Monday finish. I'd like to get it done on Sunday as it should do. Um, Look, I think it's going to be one of the most intriguing Masters we've ever had, and it would be a shame if weather got in the way. I mean, what are we talking about? 2007 when Zach Johnson won at +1. I think is he the only person to ever win over par in the Masters?
That I
Um,
can I can't think of anybody before or since Zach.
there was a couple back in the 1950s, Dylan, but we weren't around then. So yeah, that is, for a long time it's been the only one in recent memory where +1 has won. So I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that serious. I think 5 or 6 under would still win it, even in the conditions. But maybe the 2016 one where Danny Willett won, it was tough for the first 3 days there as well, wasn't it? So maybe that's the kind of one we should be looking at as a bit of a reference.
Okay, seemingly there's a big three in golf because there are three guys in DK over 10 grand, and seemingly one of these guys, whether it be John Rahm, Scottie Scheffler, or Rory McIlroy, will be the big three in golf. Now, there's a lot to like about it. All of them. Scottie Scheffler's defending champ. John Rahm's done everything but win this tournament. But Roy's the most befuddling one to me because you know what major he doesn't have in you know what he doesn't have in his trophy case.
Yeah, he needs this, and he needs it for the Grand Slam, and I think that brings too much pressure to him. I think that's a negative for him at the moment because every time he gets here on a Wednesday, I think he tells himself he has to win the Masters. He has to win it. He can't afford to start slowly. And every time he starts slowly and then he's out of the picture and then he goes and shoots a 64 in the final round and looks like he's going to win it the next year. When you look at his form, I think it's being overrated. Now, he's obviously won the Dubai Desert Classic back in January, but a lot of people were basically saying that the LIV Golf form isn't worthy. Well, he beat Patrick Reed there, and he's Richard Bland and people like that were kind of in that tournament. So if we're discounting LIV form, you've almost got to discount him winning on the Euro. And yeah, I think that to me, you look at it, he's 32nd at the Phoenix Open, 29th at the Genesis, both elevated events, struggled, missed the cut of the players. He did finish second at Bay Hill, but I never felt like he was going to win it. Do you think his form is being a bit overrated then?
Yes and no. I mean Bay Hill's probably the only thing was somewhat close to Augusta, but I mean analytically I like Roy because I mean driving off the tee he looks good, approach he looks good, around the green looks okay, looks fine. But Roy's putter has been ice, ice, ice cold this year. He's like 175th in putting this year.
Yeah, I think he changed back to one of his older putters that he was winning major championships with at match play. And then he told everybody, this is another thing I don't quite understand. He told everybody he had 19 putts in a practice round at Augusta. I mean, I'd probably keep that to myself rather than heaping that kind of pressure on me. But to be honest, of those three, I think Scottie Scheffler's got the pressures of trying to defend. I know he obviously defends tournaments very, very well, but I think having to host a Champions Dinner, especially one with the kind of characters we're going to have in it this year, um, then you've got the fact that defending champions just don't do well, ever really in the Masters, other than one I'm going to talk about later. Go, Dylan. Were you going to interrupt me there?
No, I was going to, no, I know what question you're going to ask me. Go ahead. Go.
One, can he win again? Because he's defended the Phoenix Open, he's almost defended Bay Hill, and he's almost defended the match play. But two, why is it not John Rahm's turn to win it?
I mean, Scottie Scheffler can definitely defend. His game fits Augusta. I don't see Scottie in a bad frame of mind, but to me, everything lines up for Rahm because he's played well, particularly early in the year, played well on the West Coast. And if you look at him, John Rahm's been one of, if not the best golfers at Augusta the past 7 or 8 years. Knows the course, knows the greens, and it could be rain, it could be snowing, it could be sunny. I think John Rahm looks like it looks due for another major.
How many wins has he had, Dylan, since this last Masters around the world in DP and PGA Tour?
Uh,
Since this time last year?
do you count the 5 or 6?
6. So he's had the Open de España, the Tour Championship on the DP World Tour, and then he's had the Mexico Open, the Tournament Champions, the Amex, and the Genesis Invitational. And I think that win at Riviera was the one that kind of really tipped me over the edge because it's a correlating golf course. It was really, really impressive. He beat Max Homa, who gave him everything that week. I thought his Amex one was a little bit fortunate. I think people kind of blew it there, but and I suppose you could say the same about the tournament champions, but he just puts that kind of relentless pressure on. People are scared when John Rahm comes now. 6 times, Dylan, he's won since he last played here, and he's got 4 top 9 finishes. He's been the co-leader at the 36-hole stage. He's had that pressure already in his life. As you know, and as you've already alluded to, he's won the Torrey Pines US Open. He's definitely due. And I think he has the clearest path of the 3 because I don't think defending champions do well. Like Scottie Scheffler would join a list of 3 other golfers if he defends. So that the fact that Rory's got to complete the Grand Slam, he's got all the other stuff that he does off the course as well. I think John Rahm has the clearest path.
Agreed.
What do you think about? We've mentioned it a couple of times. So if we're looking at just DraftKings, the next person up is Cameron Smith at 9-8, right? And he's there in the betting. He's the last major champion. You've got Dustin Johnson. Brooks Koepka's just won at LIV Golf Orlando as well. Do any of these factor in this week?
Yes, because Cam Smith's putter fits in anywhere on a major course.
Is he injured though?
I think everybody's hurt. I mean,
Yeah,
I think a few guys are hurt. I mean, be honest, Wolves out Torrance doesn't look like
he's done. He's cooked for the time being.
I don't think JT's just been quite himself since tweaking his back at the US Open.
No, and I think he's developed the yips a bit as well with his putting. So I certainly won't be looking at JT. I think in terms of the LIV golfers, I think you've probably got 4, maybe 5 that I think can actually win the golf tournament. So I think you've got Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka. I think you've got Cameron Smith if he's fit. I think Patrick Reed loves to spoil a party, and I think Joaquin Niemann is capable of winning this tournament. Other than that, I think we're out on the other 13.
And heck, Louis Oosthuizen will probably finish second.
Probably second, yeah, second behind.
Second, just to annoy us.
Second behind Rory McIlroy, maybe, just so everyone can kind of heckle the LIV Tour. But yeah, it's a tough one. That's why it's going to be such an intriguing Masters, right? Like I actually think that's a negative again. And if Rory's in the hunt on Saturday, all of a sudden he gets paired with a LIV golfer, I just don't think that goes well for him. So, whereas John Rahm, I don't think cares. So, John Rahm's my favourite to win it. I'm betting John Rahm. I never bet single figure golfers ever on the odds board, and I'm definitely going to bet John Rahm. I think he's being overlooked slightly because of a couple of withdrawal at the Players and then an early round exits at the match play. And then I guess my next best bet for me is Sung Jae In.
I've heard a lot of people like Sun Jae. I mean, he's done well on major courses, and it seems like the Koreans always so steady. I mean, I'm not steady, and Sunjay's in that 35 to 1 price range with Brooks Koepka just won Orlando, Hovland, and Sam Burns, who just won the match play, could go overlooked.
Could, yeah. I think you've got I think it's Cameron Young and Sam Burns will be battling it out for most improved after neither of them made the cut last year. But just on Sung JM, of his 10 rounds that he's played here, 8 of them he was inside the top 6.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Inside the top 8, sorry. And 5 of them he was inside the top 3. It's ridiculous. So he was inside the top 3 for 3 of the rounds last year. He was inside the top 3 for 2 of them in his first start. It's ludicrous. And I just think he's had 3 top 6s already this season. So Sung JM for me is the one. And I think the one person, Dylan, that in that kind of similar vein, it's all health dependent. 7 of the last 8 Masters he's played, Hideki Matsuyama's finished inside the top 20. He won the 2021 renewal, and he's just finished 5th at the Players and 15th at the Valero Texas Open. So maybe DraftKings, he's a bit risky based on the fact his neck could hurt, but I think as a bet at 40-1, he's a great number.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about him playing in a million maker. You just have to hope that the neck and back hold up for 72 holes, because Augusta's not exactly kind on the body.
No, that is the worry. Like there's just a concern that he can't get round. Otherwise, everything kind of points to him having a good week. So to me, when we're talking about people like Cameron Young, Max Homer has been talked about an awful lot. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Schauffele, Cantlay, and Morikawa, but like all these kind of places, I think I want to go a little bit more value. Sung JM and Hideki Matsuyama, 2 people that have proven it at Augusta National.
I would probably, if I could bet him, because we're like the only state that you can't bet him, but I probably would bet Rahm.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to think, I do like Cam Smith at 22-1, not just because of his hair, but I think Smith's a major player, and I think he's going to be a little bit pissed off, saying, you guys aren't the only ones playing golf. We could play here.
There's got to be something like when you look at the DP World Tour that Rory won. There was LIV Golf was all the way at the top of the leaderboard. When you look at the last major championship, they were littered with the top 10, top 11. There was Dustin, Taylor Gooch was there for a little bit, Bryson, Answer. They were all there at St Andrews, right? So they didn't just become bad golfers because they made a decision that people don't like. And I think it's got to be taken into account. Even Brooks said yesterday he doesn't know what a win means to him in terms of form because he's not stacking it up against Rory and Scheffler, but he's going to find out this week. So it'll be really interesting to see. I think Brooks and DJ are actually more solid than Cameron Smith just because of health at the moment. But Smith's definitely got the course form.
If you got Brooks before the win, you probably got him at a way better number than he is. He's 35-1 now, but if you got him like 50 or 60, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Jason Day early in the year. Ooh, you got him early in the year.
That Jason Day 100-1 number that I got for the PGA, Dylan. Do you remember I said to you just before? Was it just before Christmas or maybe just after? I said
just before the new year.
Yeah, you said give me a couple of bold takes for the year, and I said to you that Justin Rose and Jason Day were going to contend for a major this season. Now I've got a 100-1 ticket on Jason Day for the PGA Championship. I'm not going to bet him at the numbers he is this week. I am going to bet Justin Rose for my sins. He is 50-1, 55-1 maybe now. Do you know how many? This is a good trivia question for you, Dylan. We'll throw one of these in the middle here. How many times has Justin Rose led after round 1 at Augusta?
5 times.
Close, but no.
What?
No. 4 times he has led after round 1. 4 times in 17 starts, Justin Rose has led after round 1. And 4 other times after that, he has been inside the top 6. He's been 2nd after round 1, 4th after round 1 twice, and 6th as well. It's utterly ridiculous how well that man starts. He had a 4-shot lead in 2021 after round 1 when Hideki Matsuyama won. So if you are bettors out there that are listening and you are going to bet on Justin Rose to win, also bet on him to win to lead after round 1. He's probably going to put those birdie streaks together for your DraftKings lineups. This is the last time, Dylan, I promise, that I'm going to bet Justin Rose for the Masters. if he doesn't win this time, I have to give up. He's 42 now. I think it's becoming a young man's game, and he's probably on the periphery of not existing. But his win at Pebble and his 6th at the Players drew me back in one more time.
And me, Tiger won on 43 a couple years ago.
Yeah, let's talk about Tiger. It's a good segue. He misses the cut this week.
Oh no, 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 no. Augusta's the friendliest major to make a cut.
Got to walk around a lot of hills though, isn't he?
I mean,
I
Tiger
think
made the cut last year.
he did. He did make the cut last year after a lot of time off. And he has had that run out of Riviera, right? But when you watch him, the pain threshold is ridiculous. The fact that he walks on it is unbelievable. And at some point, it's going to catch up with him. And he's only been able to play, I think, 12 times since his last top 10, which is at Torrey Pines in 2019. And what people don't remember is people thought when he won in 2019, that was a miracle. He just won the Tour Championship. He was in great form. He was 16-1 to win the tournament that week. And everyone thought it was a miracle then. And now he's like 80-1 and basically has one leg. So
if that.
Yeah, if that. So as much as I love Tiger Woods from a player perspective, I think his time may be up. But like you say, it is the easiest cut to make, and that's the worry is that how many players we got this week? 88, 89 is it this week, Dylan?
98.
I think it's 88, or it might have been 88 with Aaron Wise, and now he's dropped out 87, maybe. But the top 50 in ties make the cut, and that could probably be 55, 56 players. So he's only got to beat 30 players, really, which is the kind of concern if you are going to back him to miss the cut. If you're a Tiger fan, then you're excited that he's going to make the weekend.
Before I conclude my bets, there are a couple more I like. You like everybody from Asia. There's one guy you forgot.
Go.
Siwoo Kim.
Yeah, so I spent the last week saying I was going to bet Siwoo Kim, and then he played in Texas, and he made a 9 on a par 5 and made a ton of bogeys. He made enough birdies to be excited, but I think he's probably a top 20 bet and nothing more now.
I mean, he might make a 3 or a 13. He might go 30 on one of those par 5s.
That's what I'm scared about. I don't know how you make a 9 on a par 5 these days, but he somehow managed to do it.
And plus, Siwoo was actually really good on bent grass.
Really good. How many times? Okay, this is another little trivia question for you, not Masters related, Dylan. So, how many wins has Siwoo Kim got on the PGA Tour?
3.
He's got 4 wins on the PGA Tour because of that win in Hawaii earlier this season. How many playoffs has he lost?
6.
He's lost 3 playoffs, so he could have had 7 wins since 2016. He lost every single one of those playoffs that he lost by birdie. So Aaron Baddeley birdied the 4th extra hole at the Barbasol. Styra birdied the 3rd extra hole at the Heritage. Kisner won with birdie on the 2nd hole at the Wyndham in 2021. So he never really throws it away himself. He's got a great Masters record after missing the cut on debut, 24th, 21st, 34th, 12th, 39th. I just think he finishes 24th and doesn't really do anything else.
That might not be bad that might not be
DraftKings is great. It's a great play. What is he, 7,300?
Yeah. So quickly on DK, who do you think will be the chalkiest golfer this week, or golfers?
I think that Sung J-M will be very popular. 8,100.
Always popular in majors.
Yep, and he should be as well. I think that because of the way he is priced, I think that I don't know. See, we can be that popular actually. He's 7,400. Corey Connors is going to be popular at 7,600.
Of course, shocker. And guess what? He was first round leader the last time he won the Valero Texas Open.
Goes 3 straight top 10s at the Masters. And I guess that Jordan Spieth will get a lot of attention because of the discount you get on him versus the big 3.
Well, and plus, if it ever turned a mud ball, Jordan Spieth next to Ricky Fowler might be the best mud ball player.
Yeah, and Ricky's not here, so he's numero one.
I think Spieth's going to be mega chalk, not just because of Augusta, but because he's going to be the.
Do you think he can win?
Uh, I've got one. Give me two guys. One of them's Jordan Spieth, and think of somebody else.
What a head-to-head matchup.
Yeah, head to head.
JT.
At Augusta, I'd probably take Spieth.
Spieth versus Cameron Smith.
Is Cameron Smith healthy or not?
Don't know. I don't think so, but
I think if Cam Smith's healthy, I want him
I think
because Spieth might throw it away on one of those holes.
I think Spieth is scarred by that 2016 effort. I think that he missed the cut last year for the first time. That's a big deal. I think there's a couple of holes, 12 always catches him out. So I think it's something that he's got to be, focused on. But when you're looking at Spieth at 9,700 on DK and he's surrounded by Cantlay, Smith, Thomas, Homer, he's obviously the likeliest candidate of all of those.
I think DJ is going to be mega chalk at 8,800 too, because everybody's going to see his Masters history. They're going to see what he did at St. Andrews, and yeah, I don't think people like DJ for leaving the PGA Tour, but they know that this guy can play.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those ones where because he didn't win on the PGA Tour since that Masters victory, it's been a little while since we got used to Dustin Johnson winning, and that might just put people off. But like you say, I mean, he was 12th at the Masters last year, 24th at the US Open, 6th at the Open, even with all the LIV stuff going on. So I don't know how you discount Dustin Johnson. He's probably quite a good play to put in your lineups at 8,800. Tony Finau's 8,900 though. He'll be popular.
Another popular guy in majors.
I don't know. I mean, they're all going to be popular by the sounds of it. So I'll tell you one guy that won't be popular will be Zalatoris because I think people are scared of him at the moment.
Or Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
This
is an interesting one. Shane Lowry over Fitzpatrick.
Oh, I think I'd take Lowry.
Yeah. Hatton over Fitzpatrick.
I think I'd take Fitz.
Yeah, I'd take Fitz there as well. I'd take Rose over all of those, by the way. Rose to win the Masters. You can clip this up, but yeah. I mean, are you excited to see the LIV golfers do it?
I'm intrigued by what happens because you imagine Scottie Scheffler gives Brooks Koepka the green jacket. That is going to be odd.
Yeah, I think the Scottie Scheffler's okay because he just doesn't care. I just had this vision of Rory being in the final group with Cameron Smith or Patrick Reed or something and just really just struggling with it.
It wouldn't be talking.
No, and I think that puts him off. We shall see.
All right, Tom. So you've been peppering me with trivia questions all show. What do you have for me now?
It's an interesting one. So I want you to. So we've already covered the fact there was only 3 defending champions. Okay. So do you know who they are?
Nick Faldo and Tiger, 2 of them.
Yep.
And then the other one is actually really hard, but it's Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus it is. So even though we weren't alive, we know that one. Do you know which years they defended in? So I want the year that they won it for the second time in a row.
Faldo defended in 89 and 90. Tiger 2001, 2002. And then Nicklaus was 65 and 66.
What's it? Huh? You're too good at these, aren't you? You always beat me to these. Every time I think I'm going to catch you out with one, I don't. How about the only champion of the last 50 years to win on their debut?
Fuzzy and 79.
Yep, you've got me there again. How about this is gonna get you. Who did Tiger Woods beat in a playoff in 2005?
Chris DeMarco.
I give up. There's just no point. Like, I would have to think about that for ages, and I would probably get there eventually. Who is the? This is probably not a great one. Who of the Masters champions is currently in prison?
Mr. Angel Cabrera.
He is. He is indeed. Yes, you've covered all angles. Can you tell me the last one? One of them was Jordan Spieth. Who was the other person to finish runner-up to Bubba Watson in 2014?
Henrik Stenson?
No, but you're on the right lines.
Wait a minute. You mean he's from
Yes, but it wasn't Henrik Stenson.
the Jonas Blicht?
Jonas Blixt. What happened to that guy?
I can't answer that question.
We always talk about the fact that people don't win on their debuts, but Jonas Blix had a chance to win on his debut. Sung Jae Im had a chance to win on his debut. It happens all the time. So I think this could be the year where I guess it's not a massively strong case of debutants, but we should go. Dylan, if you had, let's summarize it, okay? We've done our trivia, we've done our live chat, we've done our one by ones of the top three. One person, anybody in the field, you only get one. Don't worry about odds. Don't worry about DraftKings price, anything. Who puts on the green jacket, or who does Scottie Scheffler put the green jacket on Sunday?
Jon Rahm.
I like your style because I am Jon Rahm as well. And the last time we did this, Dylan, what happened? When we agreed on our one and done pick, what happened?
That would be JT at the PGA Championship.
Yes, and he shouldn't have won that PGA Championship, but he did. And I don't care if that's how Jon Rahm wins it either. I don't care if someone goes in the water on 12 and that's why Jon Rahm wins. As long as we're right, we are right. And it's going to be Jon Rahm's year, and he's going to beat Justin Rose just so that he gets done by a Spaniard again 6 years after breaking my heart the last time.
By the way, here's an omen for Jon Rahm. If it ever finished on a Monday, the last Monday finish at Augusta was 1983. Who won that year?
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be someone Spanish.
Seve.
It's not going to be Jose because that was a little bit later on. So Seve Ballesteros won in 1983. That was his second Masters as well. So it feels right that Rahm should win one, right? We've had Seve win twice, Alafabal win twice, Sergio somehow won Augusta, which is mind-blowing. Surely the best player in the world wins it at some point.
I think it would look better if Rahm won 2 majors because seemingly he's played well enough to get more than 1 major.
Who do you think is this is going slightly off topic from the Masters, and we will wrap up in a minute. Who do you think is the best player that only has 1 major?
I mean, Rahm wouldn't be a bad choice.
Yeah. But like, I'm just thinking maybe more historically.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't think you can put Rose up there because he got the Olympic gold.
Yeah, no, that you can. Like, he counts as just 1 major.
True. Some guys that don't even have majors, like Xander Schauffele doesn't even have a major.
Yeah. I think it's just interesting, like, because we always talk about the people that, like, who's the best player that's never won a major, but there's always these players. There's like Jason Day, Justin Rose, Adam Scott, DJ was for a while until the Masters. Like, who are these players that just get stuck on 1 major? It takes them so long to win one, they get stuck. Sergio Garcia, although people don't like him anymore, it took him so many years of being probably second, third, fourth best player in the world. before he won even one major.
Okay, Keegan Bradley, that's enough.
I like Keegan Bradley. I think he's a great shout.
All right, Tom. Thanks for hopping on. We will catch you soon.
We will. Next major.